some good news. Sunita Williams is finally back to Earth after a 9-month-long ordeal. Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore returned to Earth and they are back home. Crew 9 has returned back to Earth. Sunita Williams smiles, waves upon returning home. So astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore have returned home after their 8-day mission to the International Space Station turned into a 9-month-long ordeal to bring them back. Now, they flew on a Boeing Starliner to space on June 5 last year and returned in SpaceX Dragon spacecraft this morning. We are currently showing you the visuals of the splashdown that happened at 3:27 a.m. Off the Florida coast. Now, the space capsule deployed its parachute before a splashdown in the ocean off the coast of Florida. The two astronauts traveled along with NASA's Nick Hague and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander for 17 hours on their journey home. So the journey was 17 hours long from the ISS back to Earth. A NASA team opened the hatch and helped the astronauts onto mobility aids, as you can see in the visuals. And Sunita Williams was seen waving. In fact, other astronauts were also seen waving and flashing thumbs up sign as they came out of the capsule. These are the visuals after the splashdown when the astronauts were coming out of the capsule. They were being helped onto mobility aids. And my colleague Shinjoy is now joining us with more details. Shinjoy, the astronauts are finally back after 9-month-long ordeal. Sunita Williams, Butch Wilmore, and the entire crew is finally back on Earth.
It's a really joyous moment because here is Sunita Williams, who was supposed to be in space for about 8-9 days. Of course, she's an experienced astronaut. She's been there before. She's a well-known scientist, all of that. But suddenly, those 8 days became 90-plus days. 9 months, 300 days. And that's a long time. So in those months, 9 months and 300 days or so, she did a lot of things, performed experiments, did tests, and so on. All of which is to ensure that people, when they go up again, actually have easier times, to ensure that people who will be on long flights know what they have to do. So all of that was helpful. But nevertheless, it is a long time, and a long time had to be spent well. But she's back, and everybody is happy.
Absolutely, Shinjoy. Thank you for joining us. So, big good news coming in that Sunita Williams, Butch Wilmore, and the entire Crew 9 is back on Earth after spending 9 months in space. They were on the ISS, International Space Station, and the mission that was meant for 8 days turned into a 9-month-long mission. But the good news is that they are finally back. The splashdown happened off the Florida coast at 3:27 a.m. IST. These are the visuals of the splashdown. There were dolphins also swimming around the capsule. And Sunita Williams and other astronauts were helped. They were helped onto mobility aids once they were out of the capsule. And in fact, Sunita Williams was seen waving and flashing thumbs up sign as she came out of the capsule. Of course, there are further challenges that lie ahead for Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore. But the good news that is coming in is that they are finally back on Earth.